Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, EJ Parker, here at Vintage Classic Solutions. I just got back home from just being out looking for magical, mysterious, rare, desirable items for all of you and me and for us. So let's see what I got. I've been running around town. There's a lot of snow where I live in Northeast Ohio. So I had a little break in the weather so I could run out and find some magical items. So let's see what we got. This is a mid 20th century Lionel toy train. I think it's the missile car. It's not complete. I think a missile goes onto here and it fires it off. Probably mid 1950s, maybe late 1950s. Here's a Lionel train right here. I'm running these things a lot. If you like toy trains or are interested or curious into getting into them, we've been running them a lot on my channel. I even did it live last night. I tried that just to see what happens. I gotta work out some details. So this is cool. These are really collectible. If it was complete with a box, it would be the most desirable, but I got this in a barn. I gotta clean it up a little bit, but it's cool. Let's see what else we got here. So this next item I'm the most curious about, and I want to do a little research with you all here on this video. So look at this. This is not vintage or antique, but this is classic in my opinion. This classic, just really ornate Mexican style resin statue. Now this was new to me. I've walked by this at this antique mall in my area probably for a couple months, and it always caught my eye. Speaking of eyes, it has these glass eyes, which I typically see on religious statues from Portugal. When I see it's like a Virgin Mary statues from Portugal, they typically have glass eyes, and it gives them a very distinct look. And this is a resin statue, and it says here, Nino Doctor. So I was like, what is this? I mean, I was raised Catholic. I'm agnostic right now. Can't prove God's real. Can't prove God's not real. EJ's somewhere stuck in the middle, and you're stuck with EJ. So this caught my eye, and I had to do research. Well, let's see what this says. Now, I have a lot of Mexican Americans in my community, and they have a lot of cool, Catholic statues and relics that always catch my eye. This the over the top gold gilded ornate look. So let's see. This is called Nino Doctor. Dear ChatGPT. What is Nino? Don't correct it. Nino Doctor statue. Let's see what it says. Searching. Here we go. Let me see. I wanted to give you this. Oh, you got to refine what you want ChatGPT or your AI to tell you to do. You got to really refine, like, be specific with your commands. Give me a detailed list about it. Explain the meaning. Maybe that's the key command. This is good. Okay, here we go. The Nino Doctor statue, a depiction of the child Jesus, symbolizing healing, compassion, and divine intervention, particularly for the sick and suffering. Its name and appearance reflect Jesus as both the ultimate healer or doctor of both physical and spiritual ailments. The significance of the Nino Doctor is deeply rooted in stories of miraculous healings and its role as an object of devotion for those seeking relief from illness. For example, the legend of its muddy shoes suggests an active and caring presence, believed to represent Jesus walking to heal the sick. The imagery emphasizes his omnipresence and the idea that divine help is accessible to all, regardless of the situation. Interesting. The Nino Doctor serves as a spiritual symbol of hope, faith, encouraging believers to turn to Christ for healing and support. Annual pilgrimages pilgrimages and celebrations highlight its importance in fostering community and reinforcing shared beliefs in miraculous care and power of prayer. That's what AI said. Now, when I asked AI in the antique store, it told me something a little bit different. That it's a mixture of Catholicism and traditional folk beliefs in Mexico. So it's got, and even scientific beliefs. He's got his doctor bag. Now this excerpt from the ChatGPT mentioned the dirt muddy shoes. There is a little bit of coloring there, so maybe that's what that symbolizes. But this is a semi-hollow resin statue, probably made within the last 5 years. I like this a lot. I'm keeping this. If you want one, let me know. I can get one for you and put it in my eBay store and get you a really good deal. I like this a lot, and I need to research this more. I really love symbology here at Vintage Classic Solutions. So I'm gonna research this more, and you'll be seeing more of this Nino Doctor. It's resin. I thought it was a solid resin, but it's a semi-hollow. Even the texture is quite unique. Put that right there. What else we got, EJ? Let's see. Let's shift gears. Primitives. At that same magical antique mall, I found this. Primitives are always eye-catching. They have an allure to them that catches the imagination. This is like a cooking fork, wrought iron. It looks quite old, like a rat tail, that loop there. You can just tell it's old by the texture of the metal. I mean, just look closely at it, and you can see it's actually used, weathered. I just got this. I haven't really. I mean, I'm looking at this right now with you. I'd have to date this. Probably mid 1800s, give or take, maybe even earlier. But I have to do some additional research on that. Let me get that off the ground before I stab myself in the foot. All right, moving along. What I found today. This caught my eye. I used to live in Asia. It's like the laughing Buddha, all jovial. I thought this was a wood carving, but it's like a old school plastic. I think this is made in Hong Kong, I think. It's an old school, earlier plastic. It's not Bakelite, but it's like a thicker, I don't know. It looks like wood, like a carved piece of wood, but it's not. So let's see what else we got. There's some cool things in this bag. Now, my favorite holiday is Halloween, but I have to shift gears begrudgingly from Halloween to Christmas. So I find the things I like and I sell some. This is a below molded little cherub angel. I'm part of the plastic generation. Below mold. Golden, that fake gold color. I love this. This screams 70s and early 80s. This caught my eye. Just a cheap plastic chrome reindeer. Do something with that. They're good for for art and crafts too. What's this? Let's see what we got. If you like this kind of stuff, please subscribe. I always do this kind of fun stuff, random, obscure objects. Wow, this is cool. This caught my eye as well. A little nativity scene. I believe this to be Mexican origin. Very small. How cute is that? It's a little diorama, these are called. So this is a genre alert. Like dealers and vintage resellers and resellers, whoever you are. Diorama is like this kind of small little scene in a ornament. Some are very expensive and collectible. What else we got? Oh wow, this is cool. I don't even know what this is. This is a couple bucks. This is an enamel little toy horse made in, I believe, England. Maybe, no, made in Japan, pardon me. So I learned about enamel processing through YouTube, my shorts, researching for all you fine folks. And it's basically a metal object that's coated in a glass powder that's fired at a high temperature to where the glass powder affixes itself to the metal and becomes like a paint, but it's shiny and glossy. Like Fabergé, all that fancy stuff. This is a gorgeous toy horse. I'll do some research on this. It may end up on the train set just because it's got a certain aesthetic beauty to it. As do you. All right. Everyone's beautiful. Just be original and be yourself. Look at this. And I love just weird oddball ornaments. And this, check the box. This happy star, look at it. It's all happy and kind of asymmetrical. And It's kind of like, hey, I'm your star. Look at this thing. It's all sequenced and over the top. I love it. So I'm gonna put this here. That was like a quarter. I love this. That little ornament. It's gorgeous. What else we got? Ooh, a small bag of special stuff. Just like you. Special stuff. Oh yeah. So this morning in my morning motivation, I always work out a little bit and put my tie on like your virtual Mr. Rogers with an edge. Get it? Edge, EJ. So this is my tie clip. I'm like, guys, get a tie clip. And girls, if you wear clip ties too, tie clip looks slick. And like if you're eating soup or you're playing bass or you're doing whatever, it keeps your tie on you. You won't, get it in your food. This is a couple bucks. This got the chain. That's awesome. How am I gonna sell this stuff if I like it so much? This is like got some kind of emblem on it. Military-esque emblem. It's a tie clip. That's cool. Look at that, right? Wear vintage. And this is like a religious statue of Prague. I believe it's to be. It's not like a bracelet. It's like a small mini rosary, I believe. It's gorgeous. It's got these transparent ruby red beads. I just got this. I haven't researched it at all. But that caught my eye. Tie clips are cool. I always wore a tie clip, and I always will. It just makes sense. All right. Check these out. These caught my eye. Look at these things. I love old candles. I collect Halloween ones. I'll use some of the ones that are just kind of beat up. I'll even just light them because they look cool and they melted. Look at these goofy Dr. Seuss world, jovial, over the top, probably like 1960s Christmas tree candles. There's no smell, which I like. There's no bottom thing on it, like, girly or whatever. But these are cool. These are going on the train set. Look at these goofy candles. I love it. It's got the right look, right? It's got that weird kind of like, could be like a little cake or like a lump of clay sculpted by a little kid to make a little tree. I don't know. It's got like a magical little look to it. So I want to focus on this again because this is definitely, and I keep my eye open for spiritual things. I do sell spiritual things, and I've never seen one of these before. If you have, leave a comment, or maybe in your community, this is part of your spiritual, routine, whatever way that could be. But I like this a lot. I'm going to do more research on this Nino Doctor. So that's it. It's a quick look at what EJ found today. If you like this kind of stuff, please subscribe. And as always, thanks for checking in.